master began to ponder as to how best to cut down its keep, but the ass, seeing there was mischief in the air, ran away and started on the road to Brennan. There he thought he could become a town musician. When he had been traveling a short time, he fell in with a hound who was lying panting on the road, as though he had run himself off his legs. "Well, what are you panting for, Growler?" said the ass. "Ah," said the hound, "just because I am old, and every day I get weaker, and also because I am no longer keep up with the pack. My master wanted to kill me, so I took my departure. But now, how am I to earn my bread?" "Do you know what?" said the ass. "I am going to Bremen, and shall there become a town musician. Come with me, and take part in the music. I shall play lute, and you shall beat the kettle drum." The hound agreed, and they went on. A short time after, they came upon a cat sitting in the road with a face as long as a wet week. "Well, what has been crossing you, Whiskers?" asked the ass. "Who can be cheerful when he's out at elbows?" said the cat. "I am getting on in years, and my teeth are blunted, and I prefer to sit by the stove and purr instead of hunting around after mice. Just because of this, my master wanted to drown me. I made myself scarce, and now I don't know where to turn. Come with us to Brennan," said the ass. "You are a great hand at serenading, and you can become a town musician." The cat consented and joined them. Next, the fugitives passed by an owl, where there was a barn door fowl, was just sitting on the door, crowing with all its might. "You crow so loud, you pierce through one and through," said the ass. "What is the matter? Why, didn't I prophesy fine weather for Lady Day, when Our Lady washes the Christ's child little garment and wants to dry it? But notwithstanding this, because Sunday visitors are coming tomorrow, the mistress has no pity, and she has ordered the cook to make me into stew. So I shall have my neck run tonight. Now I am crowing with all my might while I still have the chance." "Come along, Redcomb," said the ass. "You have much better come with us. We're going to Brennan, and you will find much better fate there. You have a good voice, and when we make music together, there will be quality in it." The cock allowed himself to be persuaded, and they all four went off together. They could not, however, reach the town in one day, and by evening they arrived at a wood, where they determined to spend the night. The ass and the hound lay down under a big tree. The cat and the cock settled themselves in the branches, the cock flying right up to the top, which was the safest place for him. Before going off to sleep, he looked around once more in every direction. Suddenly, it seemed to him that he saw a light burning in the distance. He called out to his comrades that there must be a house not far off, for he saw a light. "Very well," said the ass, "let us set out and make our way to it, for entertainment here is very bad." The hound thought some bones or meat would suit him too, so they set off in the direction of the light, and Sue saw it shining clearly, and getting bigger and bigger, till they reached a brightly lighted robber's den. The ass, being the tallest, approached the window and looked in. "What do you see, old jackass?" asked the cock. "What do I see?" answered the ass. "Why, a table spread with delicious food and drink, and robbers seated at it enjoying themselves. That would just suit us. said the cock. Yes, if only we were there, answered the ass. Then the animals took counsel as to how to set about driving the robbers out. At last they hit upon a plan. The ass was able to take his position on the 4 feet of the windowsill. The hound was to jump on his back, the cat to climb up on the hound, and last of all, the cock flew up and perched on the cat's head. When they were thus arranged, at a given signal, they all began to perform their music. The ass brayed, the hound barked, the cat meowed, and the cock crowed, and they dashed through the window, shivering the panes. The robbers jumped up at a terrible noise. They thought nothing less than that it was a demon coming in upon them, and fled into the wood in greatest alarm. Then the 4 animals sat at the table and helped themselves according to taste, and ate as though they had been starving for weeks. When they finished, they extinguished the light and looked for sleeping places, each one to suit its nature and taste. The ass lay down in the manure heap, the hound behind the door, the cat on the hearth near the warm ashes, and the cock flew up into the rafters. As they were tired from the long journey, they soon went to sleep. When midnight was past, and the robbers saw from a distance that a light was no longer burning, and that all seemed quiet, the chief said, "We ought not have been scared by a false alarm," and ordered one of the robbers to go and examine the house. Finding all quiet, the messenger went into the kitchen to kindle a light, and taking the cat's glowing, fiery eyes for live coals, he held a match close to them as to light it. But the cat would stand no nonsense. It flew at his face, spat and scratched. He was terribly frightened and ran away. He tried to get out the back door, but the hound, who was lying there, jumped up and bit his leg. As he ran across the manure heap in front of the house, the ass gave him a good sound kick with his hind legs, while the cock, who had awoken at the uproar, quite fresh and gay, cried out from his perch, "Cock-a-doodle-doo." Thereupon the robber ran back as fast as he could to his chief and said, "There is a gruesome witch in the house, who breathed on me and scratched me with her long fingers. Behind the door there stands a man with a knife, who stabbed me, while in the yard lies a black monster, who hit me with a club, and upon the roof the judge is seated and called out, 'Bring the rogue out.' Here, so I hurried away as fast as I could." Therefore the robbers did not venture again into the house, which, however, pleased the 4 Brahmin musicians so much that they never wished to leave it again, and he who last told the story had hardly finished speaking.